We need an immediate ceasefire. I said that even before they started. This war on Gaza transgresses against our own traditional values, and for that reason, in no way should be supported with our military or with our money. We need a ceasefire, and every voice that calls for a ceasefire should be given the chance to speak. I know what is just and what is unjust. What the Palestinians have endured for decades is unjust. President John F. Kennedy said that if we don't put an end to war, war will put an end to us. What is happening now is immoral and unacceptable, and we must get beyond it. The United States is supporting Israel in its military action. I do not agree with that. I'm a Jewish woman who has been criticizing Israeli policies towards the Palestinians for decades. We need to have an immediate ceasefire. I called for the ceasefire before it even began. I have written, I have spoken about how that occupation of the West Bank is illegal. The settlements are illegal. The siege and the blockade of Gaza is unacceptable. The Houthis are attacking those ships in retaliation for the fact that Israel is bombing Gaza. The way to get that to stop is to stop bombing Gaza.
Ceasefire. Absolutely ceasefire. I have said that many times. I've been speaking out about the illegality of the settlements, about the illegality of the occupation of the West Bank, the siege, the blockade in Gaza. I've been speaking about those things for years. I have, ever since the invasion began, called for a ceasefire. We're walking into the jaws of hell here. We can stop this now. Have a ceasefire now. There will be no peace until there is justice. That is why I call as a presidential candidate and would vigorously call as president, and as president would demand an immediate ceasefire. I don't understand why Joe Biden is going along. We need a ceasefire. Let's stop this. Let's cease fire. It's more than a humanitarian pause. Let's stop this. Let's not do this. It is time. We need a ceasefire, and we need it now. And when the bombing ends, then we can talk about what to do from an internationalist perspective to save those hostages. They are responding to the fact that Israel is bombing Gaza. That's why they're doing it. That is their stated intent. We should not be supporting the bombing of Gaza. Nothing you say is going to sway me from my commitment to the human rights and the dignity of the Palestinian people. Ceasefire. Ceasefire now.
My final question to you is, do you call for a ceasefire in Gaza?
Absolutely, I call for a ceasefire in Gaza and always have. Not only did I call for a ceasefire the minute the war started, I called even before the war began for the war not to happen. Washington, quite simply, is riddled with warmongers. When it comes to the defense industry, whether it's a Democratic or a Republican president right now, they sort of just toe the line. I talked even before the war about the fact that a military invasion of Gaza would be a terrible idea. Unequivocally, absolutely, and strongly, and as president, I would make sure of it. If I ever have the levers of power in my hand, you gentlemen and I will be talking much more regularly with all kinds of people and hopefully make some beautiful changes.